Hey guys, so Ultimatum League is starting in just a couple hours, and only now I started to get my head back into the game, started planning the builds, and in this video I want to talk about my build and a couple other things, and I guess in general to say that hey, I'm still alive, at least on the outside. So I want to talk about the build, and the build that I'm going to be starting is with the Exsanguinate skill, which is like a very creepy looking, like a blood veins tendrils thing skill, which is a spell which applies damage over time. Physical damage over time effect, and I was originally planning on playing with the Reap skill, but I think I'm gonna keep a Reap for later because this for me is a cooler looking skill, but I want to invest like proper amounts into it. Like in general, we're gonna have a bunch of new damage over time abilities with not just damage over time abilities, but also like a blood theme. This skill is also gonna consume life instead of mana. I'm sure that a lot of people are gonna be using this skill, and I'm not really trying to come up with something like unique because no one's playing with this yet, so everyone are gonna be unique in their own way. So I want to just build like a kind of tanky build, and the skill is not currently in PUB yet, so I don't know how it's gonna scale well. So this is not really gonna be like a build guide preparation or like a starter build. This is more like a rough idea of how I'm gonna be building. At least this is for me, basically. So basically I want to build like a tanky build. Gonna have quite a lot of HP from the tree. I'm gonna have cap block basically. Not sure about the cast speed. I actually may need more cast speed because the Exsanguinate skill, the tendrils are actually not a projectile, which I thought that they would be. We are not projectile, we don't scale with EOE, but we do have chain abilities, so you can actually link them with chain to kind of increase the clear speed. They are basically spell chaining physical duration. Now duration is only 1 second, which is I assume the damage over time duration, so, and it can stack up to 3 times. So technically you would need to cast it 3 times to apply the maximum damage, and I'm not sure if I really will need that because this isn't gonna be like a push all the way to the end game. This is gonna be just a starter, get the maps, maybe to yellow tier maps. Get the Uberlab unlocked, farm a bit more, and then just at like level 90 92 be done with the build and move on to the next. I'm not trying to make this like a high end game build, just tanky, so that I wouldn't die. I could get like good rewards from the Ultimatum League itself, from the what is it called? From the rituals, whatever it's called. And yeah, also I'm picking Scion because I'm not sure how I want to build this. I'm probably thinking about too many ideas at the moment. Right now I'm just thinking Exsanguinate skill and Corrupting Blood skill, which is Petrified Blood? No wait, that's not it. The Corrupting Fever. This basically applies Corrupting Blood, which is no longer considered as a bleed, so you can scale it as a bleed. This basically is gonna add another damage over time on top of Exsanguinate skill. And I think it is gonna work very well, and this is probably gonna be, well, not this exact build, but the skill and this combo is gonna be pretty popular this league, probably meta. The numbers look kind of very high. Like if you look at the level 20 Exsanguinate, it deals 1121 base damage per second and it stacks 3 times. The duration is only 1 second. It would deal over like 3.3k damage over time, physical damage over time per second with 3 stacks, which is a lot. That's not counting any other scaling. And on top of that you can also add multiple Corrupting Blood stacks. So I think that's gonna be very good scaling. And this damage over time This damage over time also scales with spell damage. So you can, I assume, play with like Indigon, but you're probably not gonna want to play with Indigon because, actually, yeah, you're not gonna want to play with Indigon because it's consuming life. That's another reason why I'm building like a tanky build. The Scion, like I said, I'm not sure if I will need duration. This is like a plan for level 81-3. If I need duration, I can grab these. If I need more life, I can grab more life. If I need damage, I could grab damage, spell damage here. If I get some cluster jewels, I could get cluster jewel here. And in general, Scion, I'm taking Gladiator because 25% more physical damage over time, and also 15% attack and spell block. And then I'm going with the Guardian. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with Guardian, but the Guardian does give life recovery, which is gonna be very needed for this kind of build because I'm not gonna be leeching. and I will need to recover the life that I lose by casting the skill. Also getting these new nodes, which is gonna help me sustain my life pool, I hope. There are new nodes here for damage physical damage over time multiplier, as well as here. So this is kind of what would you call it, universal build, or like a very flexible build. You can adapt to whatever you feel like you need. Also, the passive skill tree looks ugly. I know that it looks ugly. It looks so weird. I tried pathing through different routes, but like I'm really not sure what will I need. Will I need more life? Will I need more damage? Will I need more cast speed? Will I need, I don't know, more jewels, more cluster jewels maybe? Maybe different ascension, maybe skill effect duration, maybe curses. Oh, actually, I was thinking maybe I'm even gonna include the pain attunement and play with the, what is it called? With the petrified blood. Reading this, I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand what this means. I need to play to see how it feels, to figure out how to build around it. So I may be using low life, basically keeping my HP at 50%, which is new low life threshold. I'm not sure if I will need that. As for auras, probably malevolence and like skitterboards, maybe aspect of this spider. So I'm not sure if I will need these. I may drop these, may even route through somewhere else, but I won't need mana. I will be using life for casting spells, so I will probably be reserving all of the mana. I mean, I will probably still need some mana to cast movement abilities, unless I link with like blood magic. Actually, the blood magic has been split into 4 gems now. I'm not even sure which gem I would use with the. I haven't actually. One of those gems I'm gonna be using with the movement abilities basically, and maybe with curses. Talking about curses, I'm actually thinking. Is punishment? The punishment is here. So the punishment got slightly nerfed, but now the enemy low life is also 50%. So once you do 50% of the damage to enemies, and if we have punishment on them, we're gonna start taking a lot more damage, like a lot more. 78% increase damage on low life is a massive multiplier. It does require an enemy to hit you for enemy to get cursed by that punishment, that debuff on them. I think it's gonna be interesting to see if it's actually worth using this and actually taking hits, but then again I'm building kind of a tanky build, so this may work well. So I'm imagining I would apply a bunch of degen on them. They would lose 50% HP and then lose HP even faster. I may actually use punishment now. As a Scion, I can start with ethereal knives and grab some damage early on, and previously you couldn't really get a lot of damage as a Scion starter. You would have to go either through here, getting nothing, getting life, or going here to get some elemental damage until then. And if you're not using elemental skill, then as a Scion you kind of don't have damage. But now you do. Now you can go through here, get physical damage, which is not for attacks anymore only. So you can get physical damage here, you can get physical damage over time here. The reduced mana cost of skill, that's not gonna affect the skill itself, but I'm getting these life nodes either way because it's a very convenient placement in here. I'm getting a bit of cast speed. I will probably need more dex. I'm actually not sure, is it dex based skill? It is not a dex based skill, so I may not need more dex. For the auras, maybe malevolence. The pride aura, I'm not sure if I want to use pride aura. I really don't like standing for 4 seconds to get the damage boost from it. Maybe I'll actually be using the blood and sand? Nope, flesh and stone. I always mix those two. Flesh and stone. Flesh and stone with maim. It maims nearby enemies, and nearby enemies take increased physical damage. But that's another thing. If you're gonna be using punishment curse, you're probably not gonna want this because it's gonna have very hard diminishing returns. So normally you would go flesh and stone with maim, and enemies will be taking 30% increased damage. But if you're already getting 78% from punishment, this is not gonna be as good as something else like pride aura. Oh, actually this is more physical. Nearby enemies take more physical damage. So actually pride aura and punishment probably gonna scale very well together. So we'll see. I'll figure out as I go, I guess. So yeah, that's basically about this build. I don't know, should I include the path of building import code in the video description? There's like nothing in this. I'm not gonna include this time, but you can just screenshot this tree or figure out. I'm gonna start streaming not on the Ultimatum launch, but on Saturday. So Saturday starts my usual streaming schedule, which is by the way in the video description. And another thing that I wanted to mention is actually I have a Nexus store. So and I assume all the PvE content creator streamers are gonna have this. So if you want to support your favorite content creator and you want to buy some MTXs in Path of Exile or some games actually, most content creators are gonna have this Nexus GG store, and when you purchase microtransactions or games through here, you don't pay any extra, you pay the same price as you would normally, but you also support your content creators, your favorite content creators. The cut is very small, like $2-3, bigger packs is like $6, so it's not something that content creators benefit a lot, especially smaller ones, because 1 or 2 players would buy, it's not a big deal, but yeah, it's a nice way. I'm very glad that GG partnered with the Nexus GG. And yeah, if you wanna check my Nexus store, nexus.gg/Woolfio. I'm gonna be adding new stuff and updating stuff, but this is basically what I personally like, the MTXs, and currently it's only armor MTXs, the armor packs, so we can have like a single MTX, which is I guess too small to deal with this. So right now it's only big armor packs, but later they probably gonna add more stuff. At least we said that we're gonna add more stuff, so maybe even supporter packs are gonna be possible through here. So that's about it. Good luck at the league start, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye bye.